Hi, great people. Karibuni sana. I'm happy to have you around. My name is Wanjiko Juguna. I work at KC University. I'm a lecturer there. And then I do counseling. I'm a counselor. And I do motivational talks. Today I want us to handle a very interesting topic where we all need to learn something. And that is why I normally tell us when we are doing any video, when you go for any forum, when you are learning, let's put a nail at the back. A nail that means we are learning. I'm a learner. So today I want to invite you. Let's do this topic on parenting. I want us to identify the mistakes that we do as parents. I'm also a parent, so I don't want to say you do. We do as parents. And I want to start by appreciating all of us for those who are parents, the fathers and the moms, because we may have done a few mistakes here and there, but you know we don't go to any school for parenting. We learn when we are doing the job. So we may have done a few mistakes, so I don't want to condemn anybody. I've also done a few mistakes when I'm parenting my sons. So we need to identify that, and then we should be able to see how much damage we have caused on our children, and then we work it out together and make sure that we do a better job. I keep saying my crusade as a person, as Wanjiko Jugona, it is actually to champion family issues. I want people to have a good family. I want parents to enjoy their parenting. I want mothers to enjoy their motherhood. So I want to say thank you for that. And as we go on, please go to my YouTube channel, Wanjiko Jugona Official. You make sure you subscribe, and then you share the video, you like and comment, so that we can be able to reach more people. And those of us who have been there, I want to say thank you. Let's share the message. And every time I do a video, I always get good feedback. People call me back, Mwalim, thank you for that. Others, they call me they have issues with their teenagers and all that. And I think it may not appear like we are doing much, but we help if we help one family, I think I'll be a very happy teacher. So we have tried, but we need to identify the common mistakes that we have done as parents. And number one, what I was able to identify, we all try to raise a perfect child. You know, we don't want to imagine that your kid may not even go to the university. You want your child to get an A grade. You want them to do the very best in school. We don't try to understand even the environment where they are, either in home or at school or wherever they are. We are trying to raise a perfect child, which is not actually possible. Even us as parents, we are not perfect. So let's give our kids a chance to make a few mistakes. Let's be realistic. Don't have too much expectations, because when you do that, I think we are going to have a problem. Even when we give them a career path where they can't be able to really do so well. You hear I'm a lecturer, so I've seen kids even struggling to do the course that the parents chose for them, because you want them to do that. At times we try to fulfill our dreams through our children, which is actually a very big mistake. So let's work on that, people. And then we should not compare. We keep comparing our sons, our beautiful daughters with their cousins, with your neighbors' kids, with your family friends' kids. We should stop comparing our kids with others, because even if you have twins who are identical, they are not the same. Every child is unique. Every child is a blessing in their own way. So we should not, actually, they feel so bad. Anytime I'm going to talk to parents, I normally ask my young students, what do I tell the parents? And most of the time they tell me, please, Mwalim, go and tell parents not to stop comparing us with others. Another mistake that we do, we blame them, but we never gave them guidelines or rules. So we never gave them boundaries. When you fail to give boundaries to your family, to your children, they feel very unsafe. So when you come in to blame them for a mistake they have done, you've never talked about it. Let me give you a good example. Maybe you want your daughter to be home by 6 in the evening, but you've never agreed with her. Anytime you go home, I would expect you to come home by this time. So let's have unwritten rules where they feel very safe as they operate. They know where they are coming from. And then let's make sure that we don't abandon our kids. We don't neglect them. They need to feel loved, cared for, supported by us, because we brought them to this world. I remember when we were in high school, we had a very common saying, when we were in Form 2, especially, you don't really care much when you're in Form 2. We used to say, when parents make noise to us, we would be like, inside us, we are saying, I never sent you an application to be born by you. And I think they also do that even today. So let's make sure we make our kids feel safe and they feel that they belong to us. At times we actually abuse our children physically and emotional abuse. Physically, unamchapa. Parents at times don't know how to draw the line between discipline and abuse. You unachapa mtoto, unatoa tabia baya, but honestly, it's like now you want to kill your child. So we need to be able to draw the line between punishment and abuse. Discipline and abuse. You don't have to do so much. You don't have to do it so much. And when you are beating your child, let them know why you are beating them. Don't just come with a very heavy fight, but they don't know why you are fighting them. Emotional abuse, at times we make them feel so bad about themselves. Unaambia mtoto sijui wewe unafanana nani, I don't know where you came from, I don't know you look like what. I don't believe you are my child. I don't even believe you are my son. When we tell our kids some of these very harsh words, and let me tell you people, kids don't have any power of words to respond to you, but what they normally do, they act. Either you see your child is withdrawn, they are very sad, they have a very low self-esteem, they are not confident, they are not able to fight in a battle, they are not even able to fight for themselves. They can be abused and abused by others. They can actually be harassed by others because they are not able to say anything back because of how much you have put them down. So we need to be very, very careful about that. And then we need to make sure that they feel that you can provide. I normally tell parents, let's allow our kids see our success. They let them know how much you can be able to provide. If they know how much you can provide, they won't even demand for more. But when you are so private as a parent, as a mom, as a dad, they don't know how much you can afford for them. They may ask things that you cannot have, but they don't know how much you are able to do that. And even when you're able to do that, we are so mean to our families. And I believe God has blessed you so that you can be a blessing to your family. Never give up with your family. Your kids will take care of you in your old age. Love them. Take care of them. Let them know the Lord you love them. And something else, like now, my age, and people who are maybe below me, our parents, they keep telling us, I took you to school, I paid so much fees for you. Honestly, that is a very, very basic need for every child. You brought this child to this world, you need to pay for fees, you need to pay for their medical care, you need to support them, food, shelter, clothing, all that they need, even luxuries. How much are we doing? We have to stop singing the song, I took you to school. So what? What if your child stops going to school so that your makelele inaisha? How would you feel? So let's not do that. And I've seen parents when I have a friend who kept telling her kids, hapa ni kwangu na baba yenu, hii TV ni yetu na baba yenu, hata hii gari ni yangu na baba yenu. So the kids were like, mom, you've sung the song very many times. So they waited to go to campus. By the time they are done with the second year, those kids live their very beautiful home. And the mother is missing them, but they keep telling her, Mom, but you kept saying, this is your home with dad, so can you have your home? Is that what we want to see our kids doing? I don't think so. Let's spend enough time with our kids. And when I'm at that, I know this is actually a very debatable topic. When we take our kids to boarding school in their formative years, it is not right. I know parents would say, Mwalimu, I mean, they are safer at school. But home should be the most safe place for our children, not schools. Where are we going wrong, people? I can't imagine a grade 3 child in a boarding school. Kanasusuku kitada. She's so scared. She's so affected. But the matron of the house is the one who wakes that baby up. And that should be the mother's work. We can never delegate parenting. We can never delegate that responsibility. It is actually a very divine assignment from God. So when we give away our kids, they go to a boarding school. When they come home, maybe they go to see Shosho or to see another favorite auntie. You spend very little time with them. So you are a very absent father. You provide, yes, they have everything. They have cars. They are dropped to school. But you are never there. So they feel they miss that. When I talk to my students, and some of the young men, they tell me, Mwalimu, you know what? When I'm driving my dad around, I think he makes so much noise on me that I long for the time he will come to me. Son, how is life? How is campus life? Do you have a girlfriend? How is life? They need to hear that. But we don't do that. We are so ready to look for mistakes, and they feel very unsafe with you. They feel very unloved. They feel harassed, and they need to belong to a home. So again, we don't cheer our children when they perform so well in school or at home, or maybe even career development? Can we learn to appreciate our kids for a job well done? We clap for them, we take them for dinner, do something. And when we do that, they'll be able to know that when I'm at home, I belong to a home. My family celebrate my success. I'm loved, I'm wanted, I can be heard. And when you cheer your child, it is from home. They become very strong, very confident. They have a very high self-esteem. They'll be able to fight the battles out there because they know when I go home, my mom will be there for me, dad will be there for me, and all that. So let's build our kids' self-esteem by loving them. We cheer them up. I've seen parents when the kids are doing so well, and you know, you're just there saying, "Ati, we really thank God for that." I know, yeah. But what about you? Can you say thank you to your child for doing well? Cheer them up, clap for them. Me, even when I'm in church and that's not my child performing something, I clap for them. I feel so good because I love young people. But you see the parent, imagine I'm screaming more than the parent. I go to schools, I see kids are getting awarded for a job well done. They are getting some gold medals. The parent is just there. Ameokoka sana. Even if, and I'm a church woman, I love God, I'm born again. But still, there is that part for me to tell my kids, thank you, son, for a job well done. So let's support our kids. We give them full support. And then another point I got from my students. One of my boys told me, Mwalimu, you know, now at times we watch at you parents making very weird mistakes. You are doing a family project. The child has the best idea. But because you don't engage your young people, you think they are kids. Campus student is a kid. No. Even high school, they can have a very beautiful idea. And we don't allow them to give us ideas. Let's make it a very special family project that will bring commitment, a sense of belonging, ownership. And that is why if you have to die, and then you leave so much for your kids because they were not committed, they were not part of that. There is no ownership. That's why we see very rich homes when the parents finally goes to be with the Lord. The kids misuses the property, the wealth, because they were not part of that. And then they never enjoyed that when the parents were alive. So let's make sure that we make everybody belong to us. Let's make sure that our kids enjoy what God has given us. Talk to them. Tell them that, son, I love you. My beautiful daughter, I love you. I have seen kids. One time I went to a primary school where my son was, Uhuru Gardens Primary School, and I gave a talk, and I remember one parent followed me. Because I told the parents, do you normally tell your child you love them, you care for them? I gave a very crazy example of a girl who is, a kabampe girl, kanono tu. And then maybe she goes by matatu, akienda na matatu, makaka anamwambia wewe utalipa kiti kama mtu mkubwa, you are big. Then kwa shule, the teacher may enjoy her. That's actually affecting her self-esteem. The classmates may call her even kanono. So when you look at this baby girl, she's always getting a negative report from every corner, even from home. Where lazima usome umalize primary, where unakaa kama uko form 2. That time the girl is in class 6 or class 7. That mom aliniambia, mwalimu, honestly, thank you, because that is what has been happening in our home. Let's make our kids belong to us and let them feel very safe. And I normally tell parents, I don't know who is a bad child at times, because I believe it's a stage in life when our teenagers become very unruly and all that, rebellious. But when a child is so much loved, I normally tell parents, kids go with their parenting, kind of shadow parenting at the back of their mind. It's like, I can't go that far. Why? For the sake of my mom, I don't think I want to go for that party. For the sake of my dad, I don't think I want to go that far. So let's make sure we follow our kids. We are parenting them because they have values. They respect you. They feel your love. That child can never get lost. Parents come to me when they are so scared. Kijana made a university. They have to be away from their parents. And the parents are so scared. How do they fight the battles? If you love your child, they have your family values, they'll be able to fight back and all that. And be able to stand firm. And they'll be able to graduate like any other child. Do we trust our kids? At times we don't trust them. We judge them without facts. I've ever done that to my sons. And then, Mom, why are you shouting? You don't even have the facts. And then you feel embarrassed. But me, the beauty, because of maybe my training, I have no problem telling my sons I'm very sorry for the mistake I've done. When I want to go for prayer somewhere, I normally ask them, what do I pray for you? And when I'm praying, I normally say, maybe there are some things maybe I have done, even the father has done, that are not good. I don't want to leave my sons with very bad scars. I want them to help them to be able to heal. And then going to school, fathers, I want to challenge the fathers especially. I've been going to schools for meetings, giving talks to the parents, but I normally see most of the time, 3/4 of the meeting, we have more women than the fathers. So fathers, I want to challenge us. I know you are busy, but create time for your child. When the child is able to see that my dad came to see me in school, my dad talked to my class teacher, my dad has a telephone number for my class teacher, they'll be able to perform well, they'll be able to feel very safe. You know, there's something about a father. A father, even kushika mtoto mikono hivi, there's that mkono ya daddy inaka some security. And that is why if you are a young parent, you see maybe your baby is crying, when the dad comes home, picks the baby up, and the baby just calms down. Why? The baby now feels, now these are different now, heart that is holding me. So let's make sure fathers, we are present fathers. And when you come home, parents, maybe from work you are, you had a very crazy jam, umepigana na jam kabisa, but finally we thank God you are home. When you get home, you get your kids, maybe they have not even done the dishes, but they are home. Before we make so much noise, can we tell God, can you say thank you inside you? At least you found them home. Do you know there are parents whose kids are never at home? They ran away from home. They don't spend time with them over the holiday. So let's not be looking for mistakes. Even whether you are, this one even talk even to the managers. If you are manager somewhere, don't look for mistakes for your staff, because you utaipata too. Can we learn to see the good things that our people are doing, our kids are doing? Don't be that man who goes looking for mistakes. There's a friend of ours, anatuambia, when they were growing up, their dad used to come from town. We've grown up in Ushago. Our fathers were coming, most of them over the weekend. So when the dad was coming on Saturday, he'll come through the kwa shamba huko chini, akiangalia, nilikuwa nimesema Kamau alime hama haja lima. Why would you go looking for mistakes? Can you talk to that child first? Know their concerns, their battles that they're having, so that you can be able to be there for them. Something else, when we at times we don't do a very fair game at home, we love some kids, we don't love others. A lot of discrimination. Some kids feel so rejected by their parents, especially a mother. You know why a mother? I can't imagine making my son feel rejected. Mama, you carried that baby for 9 months. That chemistry connection, ilienda wapi? That unapenda Kamau, upedi Kimani, unapenda Wabo, upedi Jerry. How? Can we make sure we make every child belong? And let me tell you, our kids are so different. They are blessed differently, but every child kuna kitu mzuri yake. Maybe the one who gets a D. Huyu wa D anajua kupika vizuri sana, anajua kuorganize home. Can we make sure we check the strong points of every child, but never make any child feel very bad. When they come for counseling, most of the time we narrow the problems they go through. We normally get to the family at last. Unaona now the family, we are not doing very good. So let's make sure that we do well, and then we listen to them. Maybe your child is being bullied at school. There's a lot of bad things that are happening in school, drugs, homosexuality. They may go through issues in school that you can never know how much damage that will cause to them. So bullying in schools, bad things may happen. Learn to listen and find out. If they can't open up to you, because at times our kids are not trusting us with their sad stories, because you have not been a good parent and you don't have a very good relationship with your child, what happens, you can take them to a counselor, and the counselor will be able to help you out. And finally, I want to encourage all of us, I'm also there, let's agree that we can actually change for the sake of our children. Let's see the areas that we need to work on. And even the young people, they also need to make it easier for us to parent them, and even you make it easier for them when they are going through changes. Maybe they are doing drugs. Maybe your child is abusing drugs. That's a very common thing in most of the homes. So it's not about your child alone, but let's look for help. If you talk to us, we'll work with you. I've been working with kids who are going through very difficult mental health issues, and we make them to come around. They get back to school. They learn to appreciate their homes, because kids need to understand that we are working so hard for them. I normally tell my kids, if it was about them, I don't think I work so hard, but they take so much of our budget. So our kids take so much of our budget, but we need to make them know that we love them and they need to appreciate that. And finally, let's not sing the song that we know you pay school fees. No, it is not. It is the right to go to school. If you don't take your child to go to school, even the government can come for you. So let's give them what they deserve because they are your beautiful kids. And we do it with love. And when they grow up, when you grow old and they grow up, they'll be able to pay back by loving you, by taking good care of you, and they'll do that with love. Not that it is an obligation. They'll do that because you have done a good job. Let's give them some madeni ya kazi mzuri umewafanyia. Let them feel like I owe my dad something nice. When you do that, you're going to have very good homes. And I want to wish you well. And I'll give you a story of one of it's all over. It is known. We normally talk about it when we talk to parents. There's this guy who came up with a bulb, Thomas Edison. Edison was given a small note by the teacher that you are not a good student. Don't come to school tomorrow. Hii barua upelekee mom. And when the mom got that letter, I read somewhere the mother was now reading it in a very positive way that you are very genius, son. Our school is not equipped to handle you. So please don't look for a school for her or you do homeschooling. The mother opted to do homeschooling to the son and the son became a very big person. So mothers, we are supposed to protect our own. When we make them feel like we love them and you are there for them, even when they have a lot of negativity outside there, they will be able to start and they'll become the best that God made them to become. Otherwise, I wish you well. It's a very, very long topic. We can do so much, but I want us to do our homework well, identify the areas that we have not done well, pray about it, have a good meeting with your family, let's forgive each other, and then we plan better. Otherwise, I wish you well. Remember, you are growing up. What our parents did that was not very pleasant, don't repeat the same mistakes. Otherwise, God bless you. Pray about it. When you partner with God, our families are going to start very well. Thank you. Have a good time.